This week's all-new episode of The Legend of Korra is called Kuvira's Gambit, and it finds the Earth Empire readying for its invasion of Republic City. Why all the fuss? Because Republic City was once part of the Earth Nation, you see. This is true, actually, and explained in greater detail in the last Airbender comic, The Promise. I'm glad to see it play a major factor here in this show. The episode also brought the big reunion between Varric and Julie. She pretty much lets loose and spills her guts about all her feelings for him, but Varric being who he is, none of it registers on any level whatsoever. Oh, Varric, never change. With Kuvira's forces bearing down on the city, Prince Wu got a chance to further develop by helping with the evacuation effort, proving that he might just be a good king after all. How weird is it that this joke character has had better development in this one season than some of the other characters have had over multiple seasons? Mako, looking at you again. If a giant Death Star spirit cannon wasn't enough, Kuvira has chosen to deploy this weapon with the help of a giant mech suit. Actually, we get to see how she steers the whole thing via metal bending. It's really a clever idea and expertly animated as well. The entire United Forces show up and try and stop the attack, including Dante Bosco's returning once more as General Iroh. Anyone else wonder why this dude never got any more play in the show? I mean, he had such a great entrance in Season 1, but he rarely showed up at all after that. Even here, his entire role can basically be broken down to, I'm ready to fight. Oh wait, we lost? Well, Korra, you better run then. To combat the giant mech threat, Team Korra, in a very cool stealth scene, kidnapped Bataar Jr. in hopes of finding out the mech's Achilles heel. This scene was super tense because I wasn't sure how far Korra was willing to go to make this guy talk. After all, Korra is the type of person with a history of threatening to feed crooked judges to polar bear dogs, but at the last second they remember this is a kid's show and they kinda pull back. I mean, I guess she could only threaten him so much, am I right? It's not like she could threaten to take his bending away or something. Bataar Jr. isn't even a bender as far as we can tell. But you gotta admit, that would be some really cutting irony for having Korra in a moment of desperation threatening to do the very thing that Amon was doing back in Season 1. Oh well, you know what they say, review the episode you have, not the episode you want. I'm actually kinda surprised Bataar Jr. didn't get a much bigger part in Season 3, given that so much of Season 4 revolved around him betraying his family and turning his back on his home, all for the love of a woman. It's interesting, too, that, he is a direct descendant of the original Team Avatar, and a villain to boot. You think they would have tried to do a little bit more with that. However, all that being said, I really did enjoy the scene of him talking with his mother. It's a nice continuation of the whole Beifong family attempting to heal old wounds, and I thought it was really effective. In the end, however, Kuvira shows just how heartless she can truly be. Yet again, I take my hat off to the very subtle work on the animation of her face as she contemplates what to do next. Kuvira's Gambit is a very strong episode, with a good pace, solid action, and some nice character moments sprinkled throughout. However, I can't help but feel that it pulls its punches in just a couple places. The big pivotal moment for Korra's character feels just a tad rushed. I would have liked to have seen this scene carry a little extra oomph and gravitas. Either way, pretty darn good, 8.5 out of 10.